Louise, just listen to this letter to the editor. And Mark Godburn, he says, war critics have likewise made a lot of ridiculous charges about Mr. Bush and his team. New York Times, April 4th.
Oh, yes? And what ridiculous charges are these?
Well, he says here that they purposely lied to start a war for personal reasons. And he says such charges are a daily staple in the news media.
Well, didn't they? I mean, lie, that is?
Well, for sure, Louise. I mean, Bush and his team, they lied. Shoot, they lied up and down, and they lied all over again.
And lying is not a family value, Harry, and they're still at it.
Do you think, did they do this for personal reasons?
Personal reasons? As compared to what? Trying to do the right thing and making a few mistakes?
Well, I guess so, Louise. Lying doesn't usually come with trying to do the right thing. And anyway, what do you think?
Well, what I think is that they did this so that Vice President Dick Cheney could pocket $200,000 personally.
You mean the Halliburton company? I think that was Cheney's company, and I think they made like billions of dollars of contracts in Iraq.
Yes, they did. Bush and Cheney, they didn't even allow anyone else to bid. They're totally ripping off the taxpayers. Yes, for personal gain.
Well, I agree with that, Louise. And, something else. Bush's family, of course, is in the oil business. And just what's happened to the gasoline prices since Bush was appointed president.
The gasoline prices have doubled since Bush became president.
Personal gain, Louise?
You bet, Harry. Personal gain. And, I think there's a lot more to it.
Well, yeah. What are you thinking?
Well, you know how Bush keeps saying that we're at war?
Well, yeah, but aren't we?
No. Finding Osama is police work. Al-Qaeda is like the mafia. He just wanted to call it a war so that he could get people's emotions all stirred up and get reelected.
Yeah, wasn't it just like that movie Wag the Dog, where the president pretended to start a war just to distract attention from his affair with a teenager?
Right. And Bush is worse because he actually started a war to distract people.
Right.
And he's too cowardly to visit the wounded soldiers.
And you know what else? He won't even let the media show the coffins of the dead soldiers.
I know. I wish that some TV or newspaper would. But there's a lot more. Did you know that Bush and Cheney put a guarantee that they would run the oil business in the future Iraq right into the Iraqi Constitution?
Personal gain, Louise?
Absolutely. It really is a giant right-wing conspiracy. They've even virtually eliminated taxes for themselves, too. And I think Bush and Cheney and their gang, they're really trying to hijack Iraqi oil for their own personal gain. They give Halliburton, which means Bush and Cheney, a half interest in the entire Iraq oil business for personal gain.
And, they're building permanent locations, military bases, in fact, in Iraq. Do you think they're doing that to allow themselves to enforce control later?
Harry, I hadn't even thought of that, but it fits. It rings true.
I guess it's not a ridiculous charge.
No, they did it for selfish, personal reasons. It is time to throw them out.
I'll raise my coffee cup to that.
Throw the bums out.